So, y'all, I'm on my way to a place called Armour, North Carolina. Never fucking heard of it. It sounds like it's some goddamn backwoods somewhere. But that's where I'm on my way to now. I wanted to come in here and address some of the comments and messages that I've received in regard to the video I did about Lonnie Love. Let me first say to all the black women who received the message that I put out here about Lonnie Love and what she was doing on this national public platform, I appreciate y'all. I really do. I think we need to do a better job as men in appreciating the women who actually take the time out to listen to what's being said, as opposed to immediately being offended or feeling attacked or using their baggage to give that vantage point from their baggage and from their issues that they may have had in their life. So shout out to the majority of women who watched that video and understood what I was saying. Mad love to you. I appreciate you. For you motherfuckers that came out your mouth, sent me stupid ass messages about how the black man ain't shit and he is a cheater, or he has to be out here fucking and all this shit. You motherfuckers are trash, because what that means to me is, wouldn't nobody be faithful to your stupid ass anyway, because you don't even have the decency enough to listen. Like, you don't even listen. You don't listen at all. You just come in with your emotion, and you come in with black men ain't shit, you leave with, well, black men ain't shit. You ain't trying to listen. You're just trying to further bash and critique black men, even if it's unrealistic. As anybody would know, any woman knows that would be cheating is not something that's synonymous with black men. That ain't deep. That can be observed. You don't have to go read a long thesis about it. That's based on simple observation. People aren't monogamous. This is the argument that I've made on my video, several times. I don't think it's natural for human beings at all. It's not natural in the most species on the entire fucking planet. I've made that point. I didn't say just for black men. I didn't say just for white men. I didn't say just for the Chinese man or the woman in all these perspective groups. I said for human beings, period. That's my argument. I'm sticking to it. It's never going to change, and nobody going to convince me otherwise, based on my observation. That's men and women alike. Human. Don't think it's natural. I think it's an ideology that's been imposed on us. They taught us that, well, if somebody is with you and they go out and fuck with somebody else, then that means they don't love you. They don't care about you. To me, that is a program. That's a social engineering. That's not true. And even though the white man and his mom are the ones who push this, the white man himself can't even do this. This is a way, and I believe that they've been trying to control women fucking with other men. They've been trying to control pussy for so long, it don't make no damn sense. And it's impossible for you to control pussy. You can shame women. You can do whatever the fuck you want to. Women call them whores, hoes, and you can do everything you want to. But that's what the white man been trying to do to his woman the whole time. It just happens that we impose this stuff onto ourselves from them, and their ideologies on us from them. That's what we've done. That's the kind of slave that they've created. The society that we're in says that, well, if a person fucks with somebody else, then they don't love you. Which I don't believe. But the messages that I received from black women who are telling their stories about how they've been cheated on by black men lying to them, and this is something that I'm going to say to black men and about black men, the lying shit is trash. That is trash. We should not be lying about who we are, what we believe in. We shouldn't be lying to women. That part is complete and utter bullshit. I've done it myself. So I'm not sitting up here on no fucking pedestal trying to come at anybody. I'm saying this is something that black men really need to work on and eradicate. Not just work on it. Really needs to be eradicated. Lying about our intentions, lying about what we believe in, lying about whether we're going to be monogamous or not. That's, I put that shit in all caps, screaming from the motherfucking mountaintops. We need to stop that shit. But also the mentality that says, well, if one does fuck with somebody else, that means that he don't love me. That mentality needs to be squashed as well. Because that's not the case. Typically, that's not the case that's going on. A man don't care about you. Or even a woman, if a woman does this. Because women do it too. I know y'all don't like to really admit to these things, but women do these things too. So we have an ideology that has been imposed on us, that we believe in, almost similar to, I had one woman hit me up talking about, well, it's based on Christian views, marriage and monogamy and things like that. Well, Christian views are not original or even an indigenous religious set of views that we have. That's not real for black people. That's all over the world. That's just how it is. So even when you give me a Christian argument, that's not black folk. It's just not. So we have to understand that and look at this thing realistically, because people don't want to deal with the real. This is why you have so much pushback when it comes to polygamy and things like that. Polygyny even as well too. You get so much pushback because everybody wanting to look at it from that Christian veil that they've been raised up under. That these are rules that you're supposed to abide by if you're into relationships, which it shouldn't be. It's really just based on marriage. But nonetheless, these are still rules that are imposed even onto regular relationships, as I've talked about before. We impose views or ideologies that came from what would be rules for marriage, and we impose those on these boyfriend, girlfriend, fallacy relationships that people engage themselves in. That's just how it is. And I understand that women are angry because they may have been through negative situations where they have been, quote unquote, cheated on. I understand the pushback, but you're not listening. Fact of the matter is, you could have been with any man and that could have happened. It's not synonymous with black men, which is all my video said. It's not synonymous. It's not specific to black men. That's all the message was. Just so well as somebody come out here and say, well, black women hoes. What? I'm not going to let nobody just say that about black women. And y'all will clap me up for that. Y'all will give me a standing ovation for coming to defend you if somebody gonna sit here and act like y'all hoes and the rest of these bitches are pure and faithful or would be monogamous. I ain't gonna let nobody say that about you either. Because that's what's said sometimes, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let that be said. Motherfucker, if Lonnie Love would have been a man and got on TV, a black man got on TV laying up with some white hoe, and he gonna decide to come out of his motherfucking mouth and say that black women are the least faithful, black women are the most promiscuous, I'm not gonna allow that. Because that's not synonymous with black women. And you would have gave me a standing ovation for that, across the board. Because I'm defending you. But when I'm defending black men, there's going to be some pushback. And I understand that. Because a lot of women have black men as their mortal enemy. Black men, they're the enemy. So anything said in defense of black men is going to be met with some pushback. And I get that. I'm trying to be better about understanding the psychology of black people, understanding these situations that we come from that shape our mentalities. I'm trying to work on being better about that. I am. But what must be understood here is I'm not going to let somebody come out here and paint our people a certain way. I don't give a damn if it's man or woman. Because that's the balance that I'm running over here on this channel. And if you don't like that, if you have a problem with that, and I've had black men have a problem with me standing up for black women, which is dumb as fuck, idiotic to me. And black women have a problem when I stand up for black men. But clearly that's what I'm going to do. So if you have an issue with that, save your emails, save your comments, and go somewhere else. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be on this channel, because I'm trying to speak up for both of us and bring us together as a people. That's not your mission. That's not the mindset you have. You don't give a fuck about that. You just want to make sure that black men know they ain't shit, or you want to make sure that black women know they ain't shit. And that's the end of your mission. That's the beginning and end of your mission. That's the beginning and end of all you want to hear. That's not what's going on around here. I'm a champion for my people. All of us. That's what I'm doing. If you're not with that, get the fuck on. Continue on the path that you're on, where black men and black women are going to go in two separate directions and reach a goal. Like that makes sense. We're not getting anywhere like that, and it's been shown. So allowing people to come slander us, to come say stupid ass shit about us, is bullshit. The fact that the black man is the face of all things dysfunctional should not only bother black men, it should also bother black women who possibly are the only ones who give birth to sons. This should bother you too. Your son is a degenerate upon birth. That should bother you. That this society is built that way. That he having to fight his way up to prove himself at every turn. To prove he's not dysfunctional. That should bother you. And the fact when it's other black women or black men that are with white people that have chosen to lay in the motherfucking caves to agree with them. As long as they're saying something negative, y'all agree with it. I hate that about black people. As long as people are saying something negative about us, we're going to agree with it. We're not looking at how they frame it. We're not looking at the platforms in which they're speaking it. We just agreeing with it because it's negative. Yes, black men have an issue with being monogamous, but it's hard for me to call that an issue. I think the issue really is us lying. Us telling all these motherfucking lies. Acting like we some type of way and we're really not. That's what I think is more of the issue, because monogamy isn't natural across the board for men or women. It's the lies that are being told. There are plenty of men who went out, stepped out, whatever you want to call it, and still kept their families intact. There's been women that have stepped out and still kept their families intact. I'm not about to let no motherfucker come in here and slander my people like that. You don't get to tell me the black woman is the hoe of the planet, the most promiscuous. Because that's the campaign that was running when they was justifying raping black women. That's the campaign that the white man then was running to justify the reason he was raping black women on plantations. That's the very justification that they use. Oh, they just promiscuous. They just want it. That's how they are. They like that shit. So I'm not going to let nobody say that about you, black woman. And you should have an issue with somebody saying it about black men. Sure, you may have had your issues with black men and being faithful. Sure, you may have. But you still, it's to allow somebody to come out here and make that a black man thing is wrong. Just so well, ain't nobody about to tell me that this word they use called thottism is a black woman thing. No. Now, we get more of the public eye because of our behaviors, and we kind of have an issue where we are publicizing our behaviors. But I know that white hoes are the biggest hoes on the planet. And I'm not going to let them escape that. There ain't no situation I've been in with black women, whether negative or positive. I've been in some negative situations with black women. That's not going to make me, oh, yeah, they hoes. They, I'm going to let them. No, I'm not going to let them motherfuckers say that shit, because I know who the biggest hoe is. If we talking about being promiscuous and things like that, that's the white woman. Yeah, that's her. She act like that. Now, white men don't get on public platforms and say these things about their women, but I know, I've been studying them. I know what they act like. I done talked to Brad and John and Michael. We've had some talks throughout my whole life. I've seen how white bitches conduct themselves. So I'm not going to let nobody make black women the face of thottism or hoism or whatever y'all calling it these days. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not. Because I know the truth. That just as well as Becky may not be on here, she may not be twerking. all over the fucking internet. She may not be walking around half naked all over the internet, posting her half naked all over the internet, but I know what the fuck she doing. And if you don't believe me, goddamn it, you can go talk to Brad. You can go talk to him, he'll tell you. So this is what the point of the video was that went over some of y'all's heads. Again, I don't think monogamy is natural for human beings, period. But it damn sure isn't something that's specific to black men at all. And I won't allow that to be said by anyone. So again, you see what this channel is doing. And I know y'all too fucking stupid just to unsub and don't watch people. Because y'all, something's wrong with people. But you see what's going on over here. This is what will be continuing to go on. I'll be speaking up for both of us. Black men and women. I'll be being balanced. I'm going to get on ads on both sides. That just is what it is. That's what I'm going to do. If you got an issue with that, you got to get the fuck out of here. It's easy. And stop being so fucking excited when somebody comes out here and disrespects and paints your people a certain way, because what that is, it's going to affect you as well. It's not going to just affect the black man. That's going to affect you too. It's not going to just affect the black woman. That's going to affect you too. We are together. Whether y'all like it or not, whether you want to deal with it or not, I don't care. That's just the truth. We are in this shit together. So that's how we have to approach situations. And we need people out here that's being balanced and trying to uplift us all, because that's the only way it's going to work, y'all. But again, shout out to the women who understood. I love you. I appreciate you for listening, because it's one of the things that we can work on, and stop being so emotional and actually just listen to what's being said. There was nothing negative out of that I said. I just so happened to be taking up for black men, taking up for my sons. So, you know, it just is what it is. That's what we're doing over here. That's what we're going to continue to do over here. And I appreciate the support of the people who understand what I'm doing over here. And I appreciate the love. Y'all comment if you feel need to comment. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Links to follow me on social media in the description box. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.